over the last year and a half, we've been fortunate to have been able to, and we still do, fly into Honolulu every Sunday to study hula under Kumuhula, George Holokai. Now, Uncle George is 74 years old. And, you know, for us, and most of us in the class, most of us are Kumuhula or Alakai. We've been dancing for a really long time. And our knees are given out, and our back is not so great, you know, anymore. Because when you're a hula dancer, your career as a dancer is very short. And so within that short time frame, you have to do a lot of stuff and get as much out as you can. Yeah. We've had our time in our younger days, but you know, we're trying to relive the glory days. And it just ain't working. You know? You know, it's important that we learn whatever it is that Uncle George feels that we should learn. Whether it be a hula awana, a hula kahiko, a chant, a song, whatever the case might be. That's important, yes, but I think for us, what's most important is that for most of us who have been teaching for so long, we forget what it's like to be a student. And we forget what it's like to be in the line, and we have to share the limelight with others. Yeah, when you're a kumuhula, it's me, 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 and I, and it is not a democracy. Yeah, it is a dictatorship. It really, really is, yeah. But when you're a student, it's very, very different. And so, for us, because Uncle George is probably one of the last few remaining, for lack of a better word, Master Kumuhula, that have connections, almost direct connections, to those before him who lived and was born in the 19th century. He's one of the last links to that particular time. And so we feel very, very fortunate. Yeah, because we get to see what he sees. We get to feel what he feels. He sees the world in such a different way than any of us do today. That is much more important. Although the hula is good too, that is important to us. And so, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Uncle George Holokai. And so, like I said, there are those of us in the class who may be well known, maybe not, but there are those of us in the class, and we try as best as we can to keep up with the class. And I'd like to introduce some of my hula brothers and sisters. And of course, well, before I do that, you know, Tony Lenchenko, who chanted for you earlier, also is in our class. Michael Kopp is here. He's also in our class. Oh, right there. And there might be a few more. Anybody else? Anybody made the trip? No? Ole? Okay, that's it. But I'd like to call the rest of my hula brothers and sisters to come out and come. This first mele that we'd like to do for you is a combination of ancient and modern. And Uncle George put this together years ago, and we'd like to present that to you this evening. Noho'i lalo. This is a mele for Kalakaua, one of the Nalani Eha. Makakao, Uncle.
I'm Makako.
I, Anuai.
Anuai, Pu'ili Kaua Kanileua. Anuai, Pu'ili Kaua Kanileua. Puanani Eleua la no hilo anakai. Puanani Eleua la no hilo
I want to introduce everybody here on stage too. Some people you may know, some people you don't. That's okay. You're going to know them tonight. Mark, Elena, Okele, Sally, Frankie, Mr. Pu'ili and Nogomeyer. This next medley takes us to the island of Oahu, to a place called Papakolea. If you don't know where Papakolea is, brother, come. Mike, you want to come? Come. Mike. Whatever. Papakolea is, we think, one of the first established homestead sites on the island of Oahu. And Papakolea is famous for many, many things, but one of the things it's famous for is plumeria, the puamelia. And like with many, many different songs that are written in the Hawaiian language, there's always, usually, not always, but usually an underlying, perhaps sexual meaning. What a surprise! In one verse, when the lover returns to Makiki to string flowers to wear as a lei, that seems pretty innocent enough. But if you think about the imagery, you pluck that blossom, you get your needle, you poke it. Yeah? You wear that, and you make your lei because you pau. Yeah? And so the sexual connotation in that is important, although it's not up in your face, which is a very Hawaiian thing to do. So, Uncle George, makau. Aye.
Ai na ka puana ka ua ume ni no ia. Mahalo.
One of the most valuable things about these mele that we're learning and that we sing and that we compose. Mahalo, Tony. Mahalo nui. One of the values of these little snippets of information, that's what it is. Poetry, Hawaiian poetry, at whatever point in time that it was written, is a viewpoint of that particular event or place at that particular time. And when you have a whole body of chants and songs and poetry that date back to 2,000 years, you have lots of snippets. And when you bring one snippet out from whatever time period and you sing it, you chant it, you dance it, it comes alive again. And which is good for us because it gives us information about a place and about people. This particular song is no exception. It's called Keali'i. And Keali'i, the place name really doesn't exist anymore, yeah? Or does it? Still used. It's underneath the what? The welfare office. Oh, okay. See, places change, yeah? But when we have songs like this, yeah, we are reminded of what used to be in that particular area. Now, Pu'ili used to have a fish pond, you said, yeah? 2 fish ponds, okay, thank you. See, here's the encyclopedia over there. It had a couple of fish ponds, probably from ancient times into the 19th century, probably. Yeah, okay. Let's check. I gotta check with the man. Oh, okay. So the second song that we're going to do, which is a medley, is, well, not the second song, but a second verse, a place called Kanauewe, which is where Ala Park is now. My point is that with these songs, we learn about our places, we learn about our people, and we learn about our culture. And even though that place may not exist anymore, because after the fish ponds was gone, you had a brothel in that particular area. What else we had over there? Prison, and now the welfare office. Rich history, rich. Anyway, we are Makoko. No hair, my old. Okay. Mahalo po. Sorry, Joe. Oh, mahalo. Mahalo, Anui. You've made my kumu very, very happy. Mahalo for that wonderful